This is the story of Arthas. He's an American Mustang from Rock Creek, Nevada. He was gathered in November of 2016. He was my draw for the 2017 Extreme Mustang Makeover in Lexington, Kentucky. Arthas is kind of special. All Mustangs have a story to them. You never know what you're going to get when you bring a Mustang home. We picked Arthas up on March 17th. Arrived home in Pennsylvania on March 18th around 3 a.m. after a very long drive from Ewing, Illinois. Gave Arthas about a day to get comfortable, and I needed to recover from the drive. And living in northwestern Pennsylvania, we had snow, quite a bit of snow. And my first task with before getting to work with him was to clear the snow out of the round pen so that we could get started. So on the morning of the 19th, I went out and started clearing snow out of the round pen. And Arthas is watching me. And he began to come closer, and I'm wondering, what's he up to? Because you never know what horse you have until you start training them. After a little bit, I realized that he was just curious about me. So instead of just focusing on clearing the snow, I kind of switched over to, let's see what this horse is all about. And he came over and cautiously sniffed me. I started to be able to touch him, to rub him, do some approach and retreat. And to my amazement, I was able to actually touch him with both hands and realize that he was just looking for a friend. He was very interested in me and wanted a friend. Very odd. Most Mustangs, when you get them, all they want to do is get away from humans. But he was very interested in me, so I worked with him a little bit, just simple approach and retreat, hands touching, no actual round penning, no actual work. After a bit, I realized that I was going to be able to take his tag off. So, looking back at the camera, I had texted my wife, I'm gonna take his tag off, and proceeded to take his tag off. And this is a wild horse, never touched, never worked with. And there I am within just a few hours of being settled in, removing his tag. After that was successful, I went in the barn and got a rope holder, tied it to my belt the way I usually do when I'm training. Went back to cleaning snow out of the round pen and worked my way up to touching him with it. And unfortunately it happened off camera, but I was able to actually halter him on day one. No training, no work, just simple approach and retreat. He was just interested in me. It wasn't until later that first day that we realized that there was something wrong. I went from cloud 9 to absolutely devastated that Arthas probably wasn't going to be able to compete. The Extreme Mustang Makeover, trainers have about 100 days, give or take, to take a wild horse, train it, and then go compete against other trainers. The veterinarian determined that Arthas had suspensory ligament disease in the left hind. She suspected it was probably from an injury when he was in the wild, long since healed, but he simply could not handle the stress of competing. he couldn't handle the amount of work that he'd have to do. She said, you know, he might be able to be ridden at some point in the future, just real light work, but he could not compete. So that left me with a very difficult decision, and we made it a family decision. The Mustang Heritage Foundation gave us the option to take him back and return him, drop out of the competition, or keep him. And what we ultimately decided to do, because there was such a connection between him and I, that, you know, we decided to give him a home. We adopted him outright, and I ended up going back and picking up another horse to compete with. To this day, Arthas is the easiest going Mustang I have ever seen. I can literally trim his hooves while he's laying down in his stall relaxing. So stay tuned for more on Arthas. As I learn more and develop more in my Liberty capabilities, I hope to be able to show him off and enjoy him as a Liberty horse, where he doesn't have the stress of a rider and can move and truly show off how beautiful he is. So there you have it. The story of how Arthas came to live in northwestern Pennsylvania. The horse that needed a friend and found a home. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more.